Good evening, everybody. We down here in Houston, Texas. I'm going to be showing everybody how you can make $250,000 per year with a criminal record and no college degree.
My name is Sunny, aka Sunny Bunny, aka The Naked Truth. Sean. So, what are some of the opportunities in trucking?
Number one, everything in this country, in order to get to an end consumer, has to come on the truck. It can get to the country by boat, by plane, but in order to get into the hands of an end consumer, it has to get on the tractor trailer. There's a high demand for truck drivers in the United States. According to the American Trucking Association, we need 51,000 Class A CDL holders by the end of this year. There's already 3.5 million Class A CDL holders in the United States of America. In order to get a Class A CDL, the training requirements are minimal. I got my Class A CDL at Allstate Career Center. It took me 6 months to get my Class A CDL. There's programs where you can get your CDL in 1 month. There's also programs where you can get your Class A CDL for free, and the company will train you immediately at no cost to you.
So hey, Sydney here, aka Tats. Sean, just wanted to know, what are the income potentials in trucking?
For a company driver, entry level, according to CNN, the medium average yearly income is $73,000 per year. From my own personal experience, I know a first year entry level truck driver working for a company to make $50,000 to $70,000 per year, $1,000 to $1,200 per week as a company driver. Another way to make income from trucking, aside from being a company driver, would be to be an owner-operator. Owner-operators, according to Indeed.com, average $183,000 per year. I know from my own personal experience, an owner-operator makes between $125,000 and $150,000 per year. There's also one other step. You can start off as a company driver. You can become an owner-operator, meaning you own the truck but not the company. Then the third phase would be having your own operating authority. That's where I'm trying to get everybody. From my own personal experience, my one truck, aside from driving, did $270,000 last year. I know for a fact that any person with their own operating authority can make a minimum of $250,000 per year.
Hi, I'm Nino Christine, and we're here with Sean, and of course you're talking about the business side of the business, but what's fun about trucking?
Well, the number one benefit to owning a trucking company is paid travel. I've been everywhere from Key West, Miami, Las Vegas, Seattle, Washington, Harlem, New York, and everywhere in between. Free. I was just in Las Vegas for the weekend. I stopped for a conference, got a hotel. I got a discount because I'm a part of our Boomerang. It's a travel company I'm now promoting and a part of. And you get to travel across the whole entire country, free of charge. Aside from free travel, what else makes it fun is you get to try all different types of food. Every single city or state has their own native dish or special foods they like to make. I've tried everything from pig brain, barbecue eel. I've had some of the best seafood in America. If you go up to Seattle, Washington, or Boston, up in Maine in the Northeast. Of course, Baltimore, we got some of the best crabs. I've had some of the best barbecue all across this country, all down in the South. All this is an added benefit. Aside from paid travel, you get to try all different types of exotic, delicious foods. Trucking, aside from paid travel, free vacations, trying all different types of exotic food, my personal favorite, you get to visit all your family. I visited family all across this country. Family on my father's side that I never previously met prior to him passing. Also my own next of kin. I've been up in New York, I've been down in the South. I've been everywhere, visiting family, attending parties, visiting people in hospitals. And all of this is due to paid travel. If you want to see somebody, you can logistically orchestrate your travels. So right now, I have a great aunt that's in the nursing home right now, Mildred Jeter. I'm going to a Revoke Conference in Atlanta. Once I leave here, I'm going there tomorrow. Once I leave there, I'll book a load to Maryland. I'll stop to see my family, see my mother, visit my aunt, stop at church, see a couple of stores. All this is due to the trucking industry. That's why I love it so much. Well, as a company driver, you get all the benefits. I don't want anybody to be a company driver. You only become a company driver to get your experience. So when you get your truck, you know how to drive it and you're learning at that cost. As an entry-level truck driver, you're going to make some mistakes. I've tore up plenty of trucks. I've had trucks blow up. I've hit bridges and all. You do not want to learn on your own dime. Get your CDL. You work for a company 6 months, a year if you have to. You make all the mistakes with the big company who can absorb the cost. You graduate into an owner-operator, which means you own the truck, but you don't own the company. The company will dispatch you, they'll take a percentage, but you'll get used to owning and maintaining the truck while not having the responsibility of dispatching yourself. Then you graduate and get your own operating authority, which means you own the company and the truck. When you get to these last two phases, there are no benefits unless you pay for them yourself. However, there's a big difference between making $50,000 to $70,000 a year and making $250,000 a year, which is my goal to get everybody to. Next question.
1027. Other than driving a truck, what are some positions that women can hold in the trucking business?
Well, don't count women out. Women are just as good as men. I know plenty of female drivers, and they're beautiful, they're intelligent, and they're also safer drivers than men. I know a company right now, Stevenson, they are running a big campaign for hiring female truck drivers. A female can drive a truck just as good as a man, and sometimes even better. Not in all cases, not in my case. But there's the same amount of opportunity for a female as a man. I would say there are some safety precautions a female should take as an over-the-road driver. When you get to a truck stop, there's lots of trucks, lots of men. It could be dark. You want to park closer to the front for your safety. There's lights, there's cameras, and if you can, you want to travel in a team. Lots of female drivers take their dogs with them. It protects the truck and it also protects them. Aside from that, there's just as many opportunities for females as well as men. If a woman does not desire to drive, she can own her own company and dispatch. She can be a freight broker working from home, or she can run a dispatch company, which would be the liaison between a broker and an independent trucking company, where you actually just find the work for a driver. They may not want to find their own loads because they're driving, and you take a percentage. Next question.
You kind of answered my question a little bit when you were talking about as far as like the female drivers kind of parking close when they're at truck stops. Could you maybe more elaborate some more on some of the other like safety precautions and things like that for women? Because like you were saying, it is late night, sometimes you're by themselves. So could you kind of like elaborate a little bit more on that aspect?
Sure. Well, first thing I want to note, just like the prison system, you used to hear all these horror stories about things happening in the prison, and they do happen, but they do not happen as often or to the severity as they used to. The same thing, you used to hear these trucker stories about the lot lizards and all different type of drug addicts and all at the truck stops. Those days are slowly fading. Truck stops are becoming cleaner, they're becoming more updated due to the shortage of drivers and also the new regulation for hours of service. They're creating more truck stops. So they're newer, they're cleaner, they're more high tech, and also the field is mending because we have such a high demand. Like I said earlier, we need 51,000 truck drivers by the end of the year, and there's already 3.5 million Class A CDL holders. So as time goes, and even right now, it's not as dangerous as a job as it used to be. some of the dangers that we do have are fatigue. When you own your own company, you are regulating yourself. It's not anybody over your head telling you to stop driving. So it's pretty hard when you got a $3,000 load and you have to take a day and a half rest to say, hey, I'm going to stop, get my rest, then get the load. Most drivers will drive, and you're fatigued. I don't like to drive at night because there's lots of drivers trying to push it through at night. Just seen 2 wrecks the other day, and I also seen somebody up the side of a mountain. One of them was flipped over, his whole entire load exploded, and one of them, the truck was damaged. I'm sure he made it, but it's still dangerous. So as a female, don't look at yourself as a female, look at yourself as a driver, and more importantly, a business owner. I am not trying to produce truck drivers. I'm trying to show people who either have a criminal record, don't want to go to college for 10 years, or people who just want to make more money. You can make $2,000 to $3,000 a week profit, net profit after everything per week. That's my goal, to get every single person who contacts me to own their own truck, make $250,000 a year, whether they have a criminal record or no college degree. And also for females, my niche is felons, because I'm appealing to where I come from, and I'm trying to display that you can get the same things in a different way.